Indonesia's history is filled with tumultuous events and conflicts, one of the most significant being the Indonesian War of Independence that began in the mid-20th century. This war was not just a military struggle, it was a fight for identity and freedom. Under Dutch colonial rule, Indonesia faced significant exploitation of its natural resources and its people. The Dutch began to exploit the Indonesian archipelago in the 17th century, establishing the Dutch East India Company. Although colonization brought some economic development, it had a devastating impact on Indonesian culture and identity. By the 20th century, independence movements began to emerge in Indonesia, with prominent figures such as Sukarno and Hatta becoming symbols of the struggle for freedom. On August 17, 1945, after the end of World War II, Sukarno declared independence from the Netherlands. However, the Dutch did not recognize this declaration, viewing Indonesia as still a colony. Clashes began between Indonesian national forces and Dutch troops, leading to escalating tensions. The Indonesian War of Independence began in 1945 and lasted until 1949. During this period, many armed groups were formed, such as the Indonesian National Armed Forces (TNI), which played a crucial role in the resistance. Fierce battles erupted across the country, including the Battle of Surabaya, which was one of the bloodiest confrontations. Despite facing internal difficulties, Indonesia began to receive increasing international support. In 1947, the Indonesian case was brought to the United Nations, helping to highlight the suffering of the Indonesian people. There was growing international pressure on the Netherlands to end colonialism. In 1948, hostilities escalated when the Dutch launched an attack on Jakarta, resulting in the arrest of Sukarno and Hatta. Nevertheless, the Indonesian resistance continued, with military leaders like General Sudirman leading the fight for freedom. In 1949, after significant international pressure, the Netherlands agreed to negotiate with the Indonesian government. On December 27, 1949, Indonesia's independence was officially recognized, bringing an end to years of conflict and suffering. The War of Independence brought about radical changes in Indonesia. National identity was strengthened, and the country began to build its political and social institutions. However, the war also left deep scars, including loss of life and destruction. The Indonesian War of Independence remains a symbol of the struggle for freedom and dignity. This era is a fundamental part of Indonesia's history, with new generations remembering the sacrifices of those who fought for their homeland. Today, Indonesia, thanks to those sacrifices, is one of the largest democracies in the world, reflecting the spirit of struggle and the strong will of its people. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your support helps us keep creating amazing content.